Hi, everybody. All right, so China sending nuclear subs into the Pacific to protect China's interests, and this is basically going to end up all kinds of messed up. First part I got from this is from Anonymous, and the second part is from The Guardian. The basic idea is that China's tired of the THAAD ballistic system in South Korea. It's tired of all the flybys and intimidations along the disputed islands. It's trying to protect Beijing's existing deterrent force and basically keep in check anybody basically doing the bad stuff in the area. And time again, the U.S. is on their radar. So this is actually coming to a point where, for them, this is necessary. So I'll get into the who's who and what's what in a second, but Chinese submarines are armed with nuclear missiles and they are heading for the Pacific. This is not a joke. This is not in any way a conspiracy. This is absolutely true. I can't tell you if it's 2 subs or 25, but it is quite clear that the subs are there, either heading or are already stationed in the Pacific to stop the United States from involving itself with further disputes with China. And this is the serious point here, folks. Coming from Anonymous. anonnews.co, China nuclear. This one actually says China sending nuclear armed subs into Pacific amid tensions with the United States. How much more clear can you have that with that? I can't be more clear with it. And yet here we are. I have another one from The Guardian. And basically what I'm finding out, folks, is that China is done. There's little left on the plate that Beijing is going to tolerate. And they no longer believe that they need to tolerate any more from the United States. Pentagon hasn't released any numbers on how many subs they say they might have sent. But as you can imagine, it's probably more than 2, probably more than likely less than 10, but with the Chinese disputed islands, probably a good 10 to, I would say probably a good 5 to 10 scattered throughout the Pacific that they're sending. So this is not a good thing for the United States. It's not a good thing for the world, especially with the situations growing. So this is just them going on the defensive or offensive, and nothing good can come of this. So I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes of this so you can actually see what you're actually up against. Because this is actually serious. So China's about to send submarines with nuclear missiles to the Pacific, arguing that the new U.S. weapon systems have undermined Beijing's existing deterrent force, leaving them no other option. Beijing points out that the U.S. plans to station that anti-ballistic system in South Korea to develop hypersonic glide missiles potentially capable of hitting China less than an hour after being launched. And this can no longer really be tolerated within the realm of the United States. And they're there to protect the Chinese interests and Chinese people thereof. So let's break this down for a second so that you and I can get a better look at this. China by now has already sent the submarines. Let's be honest about that. They have nuclear missiles, no doubt, nuclear, other things than just missiles. into the Pacific. So that means all waters leading to the Pacific are probably heavily guarded now. All waters basically around the Pacific are fair game. The disputed islands, the shores off of Japan, American Samoa, all the way up to probably Hawaii's doorstep, no doubt. So this is actually a quite bad thing. And they're claiming U.S. basically has undermined Beijing. They're no longer going to tolerate it. So they're going on the offensive. So this is what they plan on doing, folks. And basically here, this is from The Guardian. The Guardian says, China to send nuclear-armed submarines to the Pacific as tensions with the U.S. rise. So, as you can see here, folks, this is not good. Chinese military is poised to send U.S. submarines armed with nuclear missiles to the Pacific. You guys get the idea on that. And Chinese military officials are not commenting on the timing of the maiden patrol, but the move is inevitable. And the Pentagon basically reports that they were expecting this in 2016, but it was hard to pinpoint a timeline. But they figured this was going to happen since deteriorating relations have occurred. And you can find those two statements in either of these practically, since they seem almost carbon copies of one another. So this is it, folks. I mean, obviously, I highly doubt this is going to be anything more than an exercise, since these never are. And remember, the banks basically call the shots on the militaries and the foreign relations, so I highly doubt these guys are going to be shooting it out, Wild Wild West style, or, 1600s in the seas style anytime soon. However, this is happening, and, China's just getting tired of America's shit. Pardon my language. And this is one of their things. Now, along with submarines, no doubt battleships, among others, are being deployed, destroyers, etc. So, just want to bring this to you and show you that this is actually going on. Thank you.